Today we visit Sigiriya Rock, a World Heritage Site just outside of Dambulla in Sri Lanka. Although I wasn't able to complete the full journey from Ella due to the railway closures, I did take a slightly less scenic bus to eventually arrive in the city of Kandy, which is well known for its architectural and cultural heritage, including a vast temple complex which has historical and religious significance to Buddhists around the world. Many of the best sites in Kandy are situated around a large central lake, which is actually quite beautiful, and is surrounded by several buildings which exhibit the classic colonial architecture. The most notable of these is the temple that goes by the nickname the Temple of the Sacred Tooth, because it contains the tooth of the Buddha, and it has become a sacred pilgrimage site for many. Outside of the temple grounds, there are numerous flower vendors.
No, cannot. I'm not covering it.
Here they sell a wide variety of colorful flower offerings.
Yeah, I can go just close.
But unfortunately, I wasn't able to go in because I wasn't wearing the proper clothes. In the trees just above the vendors, though, there was this cute little monkey who seemed to be enjoying the flowers more for a tasty snack. However, my fortunes soon changed when a local vendor offered me this very tastefully colored fabric to wear. But to be honest, the tooth didn't really live up to the hype. The following day, it was time for another not so exciting bus ride to the city of Dambulla, which is just a short motorbike ride away from the rock tower of Sigiriya. So I grabbed a bike from this very reputable rental store and made my way over to the tourist complex that surrounds the rock, complete with a protective moat of water all the way around and some pretty interesting trees with exposed roots. Sigiriya is also known as Lion's Head Rock and is actually the site of the palace of a former king of Sri Lanka. The palace sits atop the massive stone with an ancient city laid out on the plains below. However, since the entrance fee into the UNESCO site is about $50, I decided to try out an alternative viewpoint. This spot is Pidurangala Rock, which is where the more thrifty tourists go to get an epic view of Sigiriya.
Meditation area. You can see Pidurangala Rock up there. This is the Pidurangala Rock temple area, which you can climb up to see the view of Sigiriya Rock. I don't know, pronouncing that right, but it's pretty cool. There's like massive stones and the old trees in here.
The climb to the top only takes about 30 minutes, but it does require a lot of steps to get up there. And the rock itself is the site of a sacred Buddhist monastery. Here we have the reclining Buddha carving and the view from the first viewpoint of Pidurangala Rock, looking off into the distant mountains.
The roots are pretty cool. Oh, it smells. Textured old rocks. Pretty cool too. Found a little rock scramble here at the end. On the trail to the top of Pidurangala Rock. A little tight squeeze under the rock there.
After a slightly challenging rock scramble and a bit of a squeeze to get to the top of the mountain, we finally could see the $1 million views of Sigiriya Rock in the distance. There are actually quite a few people hanging out on Pidurangala Rock this day. Seemed to be a bit of a social scene going on up there. And of course, most people were staring at their phones instead of the beautiful scenery. Eventually the sun started getting a bit lower and the clouds started rolling in, and I spotted another one of Sri Lanka's famous sleepy dogs. And then it was time for the best part, the spectacular Sigiriya flyover. I mean, who needs to pay $50 when you have a drone handy? And as the sunset got closer, it started to drop behind the clouds, creating some really gorgeous sunbeams, also known as the God Clouds. And there's that sleepy dog again. The sunset kept stretching out for almost 2 hours and just kept getting better and better as we were sitting there really enjoying the view from the top of the rock.
Here for the sunset. Pidurangala Rock. In the distance you can see Sigiriya Rock. That little one in the distance. So maybe I'm gonna take a look there from just
On the ride back to Dambulla, I had a really funny surprise. I heard some blasting reggae music coming from the restaurant, which turned out to be a really colorful and fun place. And surprisingly enough, had some of the tastiest food I had while I was in Sri Lanka. One of the best features were these little tables which floated on a pond.
I'm here at the reggae restaurant. Outside of Dambulla, Sri Lanka. Got a cool little floating table. Got the whole floating platform by itself.
The biggest surprise yet was when I went to the bathroom and actually came across the DJ. Check out this little guy showing off his mad DJ skills. Ja Rastafari Selector. The restaurant was definitely an amusing and surprising end for my trip to Sigiriya Rock in Sri Lanka.